Welcome to TradeTheMBI.com. This is John's reports for the 18th of March, a special day for my Isabella, her birthday. So, my goodness, the middle 20s. Oh, my goodness. So, from an ES standpoint, well, right in line with our expectation here, we had Magenta rising. We looked for around the 23% to cause some restraint, and it kind of did. Actually, the NASDAQ didn't quite prove as strong, but that's perfectly within the expectation. It was very clear to see this as we saw the basing when we dipped with orange here below the 7.5, and we were waiting for the crossover of orange below either green or red in this case, and that push of DOC Steel getting towards that 13.5. Didn't quite get there. What was the peak on it? 13.45. So, pretty darn close. And that was enough to do exactly what we had expected, which was be that you would push up against that. And the fact that it was able to get above there allowed it to move over. You can see that we're going to retest it a little bit, and just to kind of make sure that people are satisfied with that. But it was pretty clean from that standpoint. And it was no, they call this massive short cover rally. You're under the 23% on the NASDAQ. Is that a massive short cover rally? You could go a long way towards that 50%. That would be a significant rally. And you can see, likewise from DOC standing, the same thing happened here. So at least the markets are consistent across their readings, even if they're representing slightly different price action. Not as relevant as what we see from the readings themselves. You can see that the positive extremes almost were in that yellow area, which puts you right on that precipice. So it was quite the move. Could be a little bit exhausted, may need a little bit of easing, but sometimes that momentum can push you right through. Readings are still clean for it at this particular stage, barring any special news. Treasuries, again, not really all that exciting at this particular stage. And a lot of this stuff is just on hold. And it's not any different than what we talked about. Even now, Trump is starting to talk about, well, it's going to take a little longer. Yeah, well, some of us knew that all the way last year. So, yeah, good, big surprise. From an oil standpoint, still not good. It's not helpful at all. Not getting anywhere close to what's needed. So, it's going to continue to perpetuate. The euro is so exciting because they see the U.S. is imploding. That's the way their narrative is on this, and it's justification of the weak dollar because of tariffs and that. And that's just skyrocketing, and the Germans are going to agree to the unlimited spending, and that is somehow a bonus for the euro. Strangest thing ever, right? Doesn't matter. You just got to go with the readings. The readings have been bullish. It's likewise with gold. Continuing to push, and it's not going to stop because oil's not stopping, and you got to have somewhere to park your money, and it certainly isn't in crypto right now because the malaise continues within that. Everyone was so anticipating Trump to be doing some dramatic thing with crypto as far as, U.S. Reserve. All he did was move the coin that the U.S. had already seized from other people, which, and then just protected it. Not a whole lot. Now that could change. They may end up doing some more stuff later, but for now. So it was St. Patty's Day, kind of muted from the whole action, but you can see as long as we had that magenta continuing to remain over that 25, we had a couple of spots where it dipped down, and each time it dipped down, you just retrace towards the 76% range on the Morganacci lines right there, and most of the day sped up. Every time it came down, the white, a close move right there with the MBI white, but pretty quick recovery overall, and you can see that cyan moved under red on the DOC, so that's always buy. That's straight down. You see right now we're in the middle of a DOC spread, which is the cyan moving to the top side, and that's weakness, and that's exactly what we're experiencing right there. Not that bad though. It just came down to 76%. Bought back up here so far, and currently trading right in that range. So it's all fairly innocuous stuff, but the ranges are still fantastic, and that's the beauty of it. So we had the early morning pre-market, which was kind of neutral, still positive, and then as soon as the market opened, popped up, but then traded neutral for most of it, and then the excitement happened, and boom, that was the beautiful rally. And then once it faded, they filled it back to the 50%, which took care of positive extremes going all the way back to here, and those filled in post-market. As you can see, the 0% is already there. And if we scroll across, you can see that they were all filled, clean and simple in the post-market, and that allowed for this current rally taking place. It's brought us, and now we just turned positive. So there you go. All good stuff. Anyway, anything special, I'll put it in the Skype chat for you, but this is all pretty good volatility and well within the ranges, so we would expect a bit more of a modest push continuing the short cover rally unless buyers are completely shot, which we'll see on our steel on the DOC will plummet back down. So when that happens, you'll know, but intraday, easy enough to follow. Have a good one. Trade well.